Hey y'all, hey! So in today's video, we're gonna make 2 cups, okay? 2 Christmas cups. So let's go and get into it.
A journey through time.
Hey y'all, welcome to A Journey Through Time. I am your girl Wendy. If you're oldie but goodie, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. So as I stated, we're gonna make 2 Christmas cups. Let me show you what all I have. Alright, so I went and picked up some cardboard from Hobby Lobby. Okay, it's the cardboard that has the 3 sides to it. I already cut 2 of them off. Also, so I found some fabric in Hobby Lobby. It was 50% off, so I had to grab it. That was a great price for me. I had to go to Lowe's to find some pool noodles. Only found 2, so that's what I'm gonna have to work with. So we're gonna use that. And we're also gonna probably need to use this here as my great stuff. gaps and cracks. It's a foam. So we're gonna use this for our frosty like thing. So what else am I gonna be doing? I think that's all we're gonna use that for. So let's go and get into it. So first off, I'm showing you all the pieces, but I have to splice this so I can make it into a cup, make it round and flexible and bendable. So I'm just rolling it up right here. And so basically all I'm gonna do is just add a seam of glue and connect it. It's just that simple. And I've made these cups before. You can also use these same cups to put gifts in. I've actually done that and I sold them. So you can also use the same technique and make these same cups for your gifts. Okay. So I put the round piece on the cardboard just like that, and I'm just tracing it around where I can, put the top on, well, should I say the bottom on, and that's all I'm doing here. I'm just gluing it on and straightening it up and making it neat. So I'm going to do the same technique with the other one. So now it's time to put the fabric on the cup. So I'm just going to do a stream of glue just to attach the first piece on, and then I'm going to go all the way around the cup and then till I meet up where I did the first seam and cut it off and glue it on. I'm not gluing the entire cup with glue. I'm just doing one seam to the other side and then gluing it together, if that makes any sense. And then I just glue the bottom, and then I'll go and flip it over and glue the top inside of the cup. And I'm going to repeat the same steps on the other cup. So now we're going to trace it and do 2 more circles so we can cover that bottom on both of the cups. Okay, so we're going to make 2 circles and we're going to shape them out real nice. And then after that, we're going to cover both circles with fabric and we're going to hook it to the bottom of the cup just to make it look neat. So now we're going to shrink wrap these cups. Now the reason for me shrink wrapping them is because they're going to be outside and I want to protect the fabric, and also it's cardboard. So I figured this would help a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to set them all the way in the yard or if I'm going to have them on the porch yet, but either way, I prefer to put the shrink wrap on it. I just think it will help just a little bit. So that's what I'm doing here. So now I'm going to repeat this process on the other cup. So here I need 2 more circles, and I had to improvise and just find something that I had around the house to make it work. Okay, you just got to do what you got to do to make it happen. And so what I'm doing here now is trying to make it fit on the inside of the cup, okay, around the rim of it. And I'm just gluing it in there, and I'm gonna do the same thing on the other cup. But once I glue this on here, I'm gonna go on and put the handle on, because I don't want this video to be, drawn out too long. So after I finish putting this in, I will be putting the handle on next. Now look at this hot mess. So when I bought these, I didn't realize how big I was going to make my cup or how little. So these were way too big. So you know what? I had to figure it out and improvise some kind of way. I didn't want to use my pool noodles, which would have been perfect for this, but I just made it work with what I had. So I definitely didn't like the way that looked. Okay, so I'm wrapping the tape around it. And the reason I'm wrapping the tape around the phone, because the phone sheds a little bit. So I'm going to wrap the red tape around the foam, even though that tape was giving me and then I'm going to put fabric on the handle. Okay, and the reason for this, the reason for the tape is because, you know, hot glue melts the foam, so the tape is going to protect it from that. So now I'm going to apply the fabric, and then after applying the fabric, I am going to shrink wrap the handle. So when doing this, you have to make sure that both ends are not covered, okay? Because that's going to have to be glued to your cup. So you can't cover your end pieces, but you can cover the rest of the handle. Now it's time to apply the handle to the cup. So I decided to jump onto this scene because I don't want y'all having to wait and watch me do another cup. Okay, so this stuff right here was challenging for me because I've never used it, so I didn't know exactly how it was going to behave. But, you know, I like the outcome of it. Now that tape right there, no good, but I made it work too. I realized the straw was too big, so I was going to have to downsize it a little bit, which was a little funny to me. So I decided to go on and put me some sprinkles and all that stuff on it. And all this is a whole lot of little beads that I have around the house. So I'm just putting a few sprinkles on the top of it. Now I ran out of that stuff really fast. On the first cup, I used packing paper, and I taped some packing paper down, and then I put the foam on top. I already knew that I didn't have enough for the other cup, so I was gonna just use what I had left, and I refused to buy any more. Okay, so instead I just started chopping up the pool noodle and just making it do what it do, and just started just stacking it on there, stacking it on there. Did I have any idea what it was gonna look like? No, not at all, but I just kept on going anyway. So here I am trying to be even more creative. And I had that snow that I had used for the other project for the Christmas trees. I said, let me spray on these pool noodles with a little bit of snow. So I'm laughing about it because it's just funny to me. But, I'm like, I just got to make it do what it do. And I think it turned out pretty good at the end though. I wasn't satisfied with the height, so I kept adding more and more and more pool noodles. Now I said, let me put some type of icing or something on it. I don't know. So I poured a little bit of white paint on top of it. Then I put some more snow on top of it and some more white paint on top of it. And I'm like, you know what? It needs some chocolate drizzle. So I found my chocolate paint to go over it. And I think that's what actually helped bring it out a little bit more. I put some drizzles and some sprinkles and some cherries, and it was a wrap for me. All right, y'all, let me tell y'all what's going on here. First of all, I ran out of this. First time ever using this stuff, okay? So I just decided to just create something else over here. I don't know what you would call it, but I tried to be creative with it, okay? So that's what we have. That's what I'm stuck with. Once it dries, I'm gonna put lights in it. I'm gonna make some little holes because it's gonna get hard, and then I'm gonna run some lights in both of them. All right, and I'll probably load that on a short. But this is pretty much the video. I hope you guys liked it. I'm sorry if it dragged out so long, but it's done. I appreciate you watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next video. Bye.